Yo, I'm done. I'm done. Let it end, for I am done. Welcome back to Football Therapy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your post-match presser of Real Madrid 2, Chelsea 0, with a little red card to boot, away in the Bernabeu. Now, look, mate, you may say, Jan, this is not the worst result in the world, considering going down to 10 men too. Yes, fine. And you could say, Jan, we've played worse and lost to much inferior teams than Real Madrid, sometimes at home. Yes, true. But here is where I am done. Because despite all of that, for me, I was just hoping these players were going to rouse themselves for this game. And look, man, we'll talk about this, but Lampard went for a back five system. Lampard did the exact same formation and lineup, bar one. I did say Mudryk over Sterling, but I did say Sterling could play in that 5 things video. I called it, for whatever it's worth. So I'm down, man. I have nothing against Frank Lampard. For the limited amount of days he's been at this football club coaching, I wanted him to put out this lineup. Man did it. But for me, there's no, I apologise for this swear word, no bollocks. There's no bollocks in the boys. I'm looking at the lineup. Who scored gave Kepa a 7.7, bruv. I don't even know anymore. Look, get the microphones up for this one. This is important because this is where I'm at now. Chelsea, my football team, my club, are not good. They're not good. And you'd think that being 11th in the Premier League would be a barometer of that. You can put the microphones down, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, microphones down. I can't do this all day. You think the 11th in the Premier League would be the barometer, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't. It was me thinking these young egos, they know they're not on a title charge, so I don't condone this. In fact, it repels me. I think this is wrong. Perhaps, there's not much left in the league. Let's save all our juice for the Champions League. Much like we did when we won it, or when last season when we won away in the Bernabeu under Tuchel. We were playing crap all season, but we arose ourselves to that scenario, to that game, to give us, the Chelsea fans, a moment. There's no moment for me. And again, this might, you might find this peculiar to be the game for me to lose it, but it's because I don't know if it's the straw that's broken the camel's back, but for me, this is it, man. This game, I don't want to be miserable, and if you know me, I'm not miserable, I'm positive, which gives me the perfect opportunity to say like and subscribe throughout turbulent and dismal times. You and I are all we have, and we should look after each other. Therefore, you should subscribe to this channel, turn that bell notifications icon on, and like the video and comment. Engage. Stay to the end where I rip my own head off and start an OnlyFans. Look, very, very, very tricky, man. We're away at the Bernabeu. We've lost to Wolves, who don't score goals but score against us. We drew at Everton, we drew at Liverpool, we've lost to Villa. We're just bad. We're bad. We're not good. But I thought we had still maintained this Chelsea vibe, this Chelsea essence that could arouse themselves, not in the sexual way, for the game. And look, again, I don't want Frank Lampard to be our long-term manager. Absolutely not. I am very happy he's stepped in for these moments because I've tapped out for the season and I was vibes exclusively. So I haven't got an X to grind with Lampard. In fact, I'm pleased he went for this 3-5-2 formation. I said 3-5-2, and like I said to you guys, I pretty much designed this exact same lineup that I wanted to see. And by all accounts, from Chelsea fans I've spoken to, everyone was pleased with the lineup. And I did it. Away in Real Madrid. Don't get touched up. And 2-0 isn't getting touched up, especially when you go down to, under an hour. We went down to 10 men in the 59th minute. Oh, God. It's rough, man. We'll talk about that. So we went for a 3-5-2. I'm okay with it. The back three was my preferred back three. Fofana, Silva, Koulibaly in front of the only person who can play and goal, really, is Kepa Arrizabalaga at the moment. First choice wing-backs, Reece James, Chilwell. And then we had the triple midfield, the triple threat of Kante, Enzo, and Kovacic that I asked for, I wanted. I thought, you know what? Enzo Fernandez, flanked by Mateo Kovacic and N'Golo Kante. That is a midfield to counter Kroos, Valverde, and Modric. And I was happy with the two up front. I thought it was going to be Felix and one more. It was Felix and Raheem Sterling. I said it could have been Sterling. It was. Turns out, in terms of the midfield battle, spoiler, we lost it. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why we lost it, and I'll tell you why ultimately we lost this game. So, early spoiler here. Not that we're bad. And not necessarily exclusively that Real Madrid are good, but they just know each other. And they know how to play with each other. And you need that at least. So, you know, prime Liverpool, there was a lot of like vibes and heavy metal football, as in prime recent Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. The main thing that Liverpool sort of rode on was general principles, but they all knew how to play with each other, like the continuity between the starting 11. Now, Guardiola's City isn't quite the same. It's just really like militant levels of autonomy and systemic stuff that gets hammered into you. Like, you know, you can spend £100 million on a new styling in Jack Grealish, your record transfer, give him the number 10, but not really play him that much for the first year because you haven't hammered in the system to him. So there's these two options for top tier football. Now, Real Madrid, they're closer to that prime Liverpool, but maybe with a little bit more of like the mystique belief. And then you've got Ancelotti, who's like the Galactico whisperer that gets in their ears to, like, you know, these senior superb players. Like, yeah, you're good. Just do what you know how to do this, and, you know, because you're so good, we're going to do this. And it works. It friggin' works. It doesn't matter that most of them are, you know, walking along with Zimmer frames now. It just works. They know what to do. They trust each other. They don't freak out. And mate, Real Madrid don't freak out when they go 2 goals down. Like, you know, early doors and they're being slapped about, they'll come back to win. So, you know, with these like slight moments of offensive action from Chelsea, they're not going to be phased. So I get it, I understand, and I even condone the sort of stinking up and playing 5 at the back and playing on the break. It's all you can do at this point. But ultimately, we're not drilled massively in a philosophy. We're just not. You know, and we haven't, you know, because the freaking, you know, back since the Conte days, Conte was appointed when Guardiola was appointed. I think Klopp was already there. They're still, I know Liverpool are crap at the moment, but by the by, they're still there. Or, you know, use Klopp as Pep as an example. They touched up Bayern Munich 3-0 yesterday. Yes, Pep's maybe the best in the world, and they got loads of money and stuff, but it's this, they just know. It's been there for such a long time, and you think of Conte to Sarri to Lampard to Tuchel back to Lampard. The philosophies are all over the gaff. There's no long-term true belief system and ethos and how to play and the ideals. There's no maintained ideals. And that's precisely the antithesis of this Real Madrid team. Not only is there long-term like ideals, and yes, they are like I said, less autonomy, more vibes, but they're just so well acquainted to each other on the pitch. I know exactly what each other are going to do. And ultimately, it will see them through these big games because they trust each other. And the Chelsea players don't trust each other. And why would they? They don't even frigging know each other, dude. Do you know what I mean? Like, they can't even speak the same freaking language. How are they going to trust each other? Half these people, like, just, do you know what I mean? Like, they're all like in theory. Chelsea are good in theory. But really, in practice, we are pathetic. We are pathetic. This is not me saying sack the board, owners out, Lampard out. It's none of that. It's just sheer sober analysis of where we are at now and how we got here. And it's largely our fault. Majority is our fault. Of course, the sanctions and the turbulent times for the club is a contributing factor as well, but it's largely our fault. We spend money, and look, this isn't doom or gloom. We'll get better, of course. Many of you would have seen the video clip of Todd Boehly being filmed prior to kick off in Spain, going for food, dropping the iconic line "Great meal," saying Chelsea are going to win 3-0. That's a 5-goal swing, big man. We lost 2-0, and we're going to play a send off. We'll talk about that in just a moment, maybe. So he didn't win, but he did say that the fans have got a lot to be positive about. The future's bright. Wah, 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 wah. I don't know, man. I like Boehly. I think he's nice. The thing is, I like the story as well. I like the fact that it's not, the controversy that an oligarch brings. It's not a state-backed club. It's a guy who wants to be there, and it's guys like Barley, but Todd will be the face. They're knocking about. They want to spend money. They want to win. I'm down. And then the fact that they're not perfect is fine. They're human. It's part of the story. It's part of the narrative. It's turbulent. It's a titanic shift. They're just going to have some fucking dude, excuse my language, that touches down and blesses Chelsea with immediate wins. No, they'll make mistakes. They want to win, but they're learning. But the intention is there, which is important. And hopefully, touch wood, they are not knobheads. So Chelsea played this 3-back system. Real Madrid played their 4-3-3, which Modric, Valverde, and Cruz in midfield. It does sort of make a 4-4-2 at some point. Benzema, Vinicius, and Rodrigo in a front three. Sterling Felix didn't do much. Sterling was quiet. He should have scored, really. I think Kovacic was quite poor. I think Kante was good in the first half. I think Fernandes was serviceable throughout. I think James was okay. He had bad moments. Chilwell, I understand Cucurella sold him short. So he felt like he needed to make a challenge, but absolutely you didn't need to make a challenge, mate. You didn't need to. You don't know he's going to score. You didn't need to take us down to 10 men, and you didn't need to get yourself banned for the return leg where you're our only left wing back. Granted, maybe Lampard goes to a back four and tries to be more attacking at home because we need to score, but Jesus Christ. It's dismal, isn't it? Thiago Silva was good. Fofana was rattled for the majority of the game, maybe sorted his head out a little bit towards the end. Koulibaly got injured, sent off. Thiago Silva looked annoyed to be substituted off, especially when Fofana was being bad and got a yellow card. I don't know. And then what did we see? We saw Mount and Gallagher, no surprises there. Chalobah, fair enough, because of sitting up, soaking it up. Havertz and Cucurella, and it was the commentary team. Was it Steve McManaman? I can't remember. Someone said, Lampard's bringing on Kai Havertz because he wants to hold the ball up a bit. There's just two things that made me annoyed here. Firstly, look, it's never sexy bringing on a big man to hold up the ball or a conventional old school number 9. You think of a number 9s, you hold up the ball, they don't score much, but they're like, you're Giroud, you're Olivier Giroud, you respect them, they're good. But when you're bringing on, a player to do that just doesn't do that, and you're not quite sure the other stuff he does do, he's just a sort of theoretical talent guy. And then you're just, because we haven't registered any freaking strikers for the Champions League squad. So when they said that, you're just thinking, look, man, I don't care about losing to Real Madrid away in the Bernabeu, even though we beat them there last season. I don't care about that. To be honest, I don't really care about Chilwell getting sent off. I love Chilwell. I think he's the best left wing back in the league. I love him. I really do. And, whatever. He was an idiot. Cucurella sold him short. It's still Chile's fault for me, for my money. It's just the collective, it's mid-April. We're not good. We're not good, and we don't look like we're going to get good. And how the hell are we going to score a freaking goal? So, if you've enjoyed the content, please do drop a like. Subscribe if you're new. Channel revival. Let's get some more views on the page. Guys, yes. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And the sun will shine on us again. It will. I promise.